Welcome back as we continue to be inspired by incredible people, organizations, movements doing the most. Today being obviously Tata Madiba's birthday, where we all are being prompted to give our 67 minutes. Now, this is a great way that you can spend your 67 minutes this Mandela Day as we connect with one of those wonderful human beings, Mbele Ntaba, who is the founder and chairperson of Lokshin Pioneer, a non-government organization based in Gugs. And I think he deserves, more than any of us in this room, a very special feel-good welcome this morning. That's just for the shirt, so just for the shirt.
You do look good today, I
Great
must
to have you
say.
here. Yeah, man.
So good to have you here. Shall we get straight into it? Gugulethu out in Cape Town is where we're based, and of course, with the project that you're doing. I'm curious why you focused it on Gugs in particular. So can we get into that, Sitnebele?
Okay, first of all, we come from Gugs. We hail from Gugs, and we thought being with all the floods that has been happening in and around Cape Town these days, and we've had some massive waste management. So
it's a mess.
So what we want to do, we want to inspire the people in Gugs. We want to inspire not just in Gugs, but everywhere else. But this is where the project is going to be starting. So we're launching it there. So we just want to, we call it a cleanup campaign. So that's what we want. We want fresh air. We want to ensure that we clean Gugulethu and every other areas.
Wow.
The word that keeps hammering into my brain as you are talking is the word pride.
Yeah.
Sure.
To restore pride in a community means, and that has to come from within the community. It's not something you can paint over with money.
Correct.
Great movements, great organizations, NGOs can help by focusing on these key areas, but it's the action that brings about the change. And we need to see communities do it for themselves. How are you feeling about, are you hopeful on this Mandela Day about your community in Gugs?
Well, Nelson Mandela said it once more himself. It starts with building a community.
Yeah.
So we're all about that. And in Gugulethu, there has been lots of negativity that has gone around the area.
It's become a culture.
Exactly. Yeah. So what we are starting is that it starts with us. As the people, we cannot be expecting everything else to be given to us. And that has been a challenge, where people think that they deserve things. But we want to inspire and say, let's start from the ground up. Yeah. So that's what we are about, collecting, ensuring that the community is involved and everybody else. And we've got some school kids that are also going to be joining us in. So it's important to do that.
Yeah.
I love it, especially across generations.
Exactly.
Young people need to feel and see the older generation doing it for them, but vice versa. Young people need to do it for themselves.
Yes, but I love that, living by example. And I love what you said about pride, because it is about restoring dignity to a community. Yeah. Nothing worse than walking around and you're like, oh man, if only these streets were cleaner, or whatever it may be. But I want to know about the event in particular. It runs over 2 days.
Yes.
What happens on the different days? Can I come in and out? How is it going to be set up?
Okay. Now, the day one, which is today, Mandela Day, is going to be a cleanup. We have gathered a spot that is a dumping site. We are partnering with the city of Cape Town, where we've identified this particular spot. And a MACO member, Alderman Twig, will be part of the program as well. So we will be doing a cleanup there and also erecting a no dumping sign in that particular area that is with the community members as well as the school kids in and around in Gugulethu at Inchinga Primary School. Brilliant. So that's what we're doing today. And tomorrow, a very important program. It's called Environmental Expo. Now, tomorrow we will be we call it an awareness program, where young kids of grade 7, which is the senior phase program, where we will be giving them different types of opportunities that they're in the environmental science space. We are partnering there, of course, City of Cape Town, which I just mentioned, Iziko Museum, the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment, CPUT will be there, that's rural development and agriculture will also be there. So totally different, vast programs, all in the environmental science sector, so that kids can be able to know the job opportunities and how to actually, very importantly, keep the environment clean.
But they're also potentially meeting their next employer. You're creating their strategic network around them, and people often think that it's the mentors. It might be your peers.
That's correct.
It might be the 4 scholars standing next to you that hold your future in their hands if you collectively go and do it together. How can people get to the expo? Are there still tickets available? How can people plug into what you're doing?
The expo is strictly for school kids, grade 7. We have invited actually 5 primary schools that will be taking place there. So it's already a full-on closed program.
Oh,
so
great,
it's set,
man.
and we are expecting about 200 to 300 kids that will be there. So it's a full program, and we're focusing on the 3 environmental crises, which is waste pollution, biodiversity, as well as climate change.
For sure.
So those 3 spheres, we will be dealing with those on that environmental expo.
Brilliant.
Incredible. Ms. Ntaba, I'm taking so many notes from you right now. You're doing incredible work in Gugs, and I just can see this actually spreading beyond Gugs across the rest of the mother city, perhaps even on the Cape Flats, which I know is also needed with waste management and cleaning up the streets in a big way. So thank you for the work that you do, and all the best for today.
Yeah, completely. Just very quickly, lastly, how can people who want to support you, because you've ticked a number of boxes for me on the corporate sponsorship side, that I've got people wanting to find purpose in that space and connect to the trust that you've created in the communities. How do we do that?
People can follow us on our Facebook page. It's Lokshin Pioneers. And then on our Insta, it's at Lokshin_Pioneers, as well as our TikTok. It's at Lokshin Pioneers.
I love that.
I mean, we'll even see you doing a dance on TikTok later today, hey?
Watch out tomorrow with the kids. Definitely.
It's definitely going to happen. And I like the fact that you're actually prepared for it. It's going to happen.
Start stretching already.
You are honouring Madiba today
Madiba
in a very
dance.
powerful way. Exactly. I love that. Maybe a new trend is on the way. We'll keep those details up on our social media platforms. We'll just go out there, do something. Work harder for your own community today. Help by taking the burden from others. Don't point a finger and say, someone should be doing that. I wish. Go and do it yourself. I have a feeling we're going to learn a lot about our city, our people, and Gugulethu through this process that is going to change the game. Well done, sir.
Thank you very much, Graham. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.